we announced the start of another program of the Consumers Coalition. This is the Affordable Resilient Social Home Program. Why we started this program? We want to bring down the prices of rent. That's our objective. Everybody is complaining about the high rent prices for small housing units, such as a one bedroom, or an apartment. Why the rent prices of housing units in St. Martin are so high? The Prime Minister was going to look into the matter to address it, but until today, she did not come up with any information about this topic. Neither have we heard of any policy from the Ministry of Public Housing, Spatial Planning and Environment, FROME, to address the needs for affordable homes for the more than 13,000 poor and needy households in St. Martin. The housing unit destroyed by Hurricane Irma have forced a lot of families to live with other families and friends. The rent process went up after the hurricanes due to high demand and the reduced stock of housing units. So when you have a demand and you don't have enough supply, that is what happens with the prices according to the market. So the only way to bring down the prices of rent is government intervention. Therefore, with a lot of emphasis, we demand an urgent affordable rent pricing policy. Secondly, we want to get 15,000 affordable social homes to be built in 1 year time. A lot of people lost their homes during hurricane, and a lot of people or persons or households are still in need for home repairs or in need of an affordable social home. Until now, the Prime Minister, who is in charge of the recovery program for St. Martin, neither the Ministry of Public Housing, Spatial Planning and Environment did not provide an update on how many homes have been repaired or have been built back better now 2 years after the hurricanes. How many households are still in need of affordable social housing? What our own minister did not provide, the Dutch State Secretary of Kingdom Affairs, Raymond Knops, wanted to present here in Parliament in his speech prepared for our meeting in Parliament, which was cancelled. Mr. Knops was quoted to report, as a result of our partnership, I can say today that almost 1,000 houses have been repaired and that 500 more are about to be started. According to the Dutch military, immediately after the hurricanes, more than 70% of the homes in St. Martin were structurally damaged. The former State Secretary of Kingdom Relations, Ronald Plasterk, made this information world news. The Dutch government is also aware that the World Bank Group and the VROMI in the National Recovery and Resilience Plan estimated that 70 to 80% of the more than 19,000 housing units of St. Martin have been structurally damaged by the hurricanes. This is an amount of 13,000 to 15,000 homes which have to be built back better and stronger to withstand a Category 5 plus specification. If 2 years after Irma, almost 1,000 homes have been repaired out of the 15,000, to be built back better and stronger, it is an unacceptable slow recovery. So therefore, with emphasis again, we demand the construction or reinforcement of 15,000 structurally damaged homes to be built back better and stronger to resist the Category 5 plus hurricanes or earthquakes. The Dutch VNG has just finished its advice to the Vromi Ministry to change the building code for resilience home. The St. Martin government does not have the capacity, neither the money to build 15,000 resilient social homes. The Dutch government has the building capacity and the money to build these social homes in 1 year time because in the same year that Irma struck, according to the Central Bureau of Statistics, in the Netherlands, a record amount of 62,000 new homes were constructed. With the help of our lawyer, we will file a court injunction to get 15,000 Category 5 plus social homes built here in St. Martin by next year, 2020. Everybody who still has a housing situation which is not a Category 5 resilient home can file their complaint with the Consumer Coalition and sign up and file your wishes for an affordable, resilient rebuilding or construction of a social home.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
You deserve it, my hallelujah. My hallelujah belongs to you. Sing it, everyone. Sing it. Let me hear you from the bottom of our hearts. My hallelujah belongs to you. Oh, my hallelujah. My hallelujah belongs to you. Belongs to you. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve.
It was last week, Monday, that we issued a press release calling for a dialogue upon the 9 of the 15 parliamentarians from the National Alliance, the United St. Martin Party, and the 2 independent parliamentarians, Dr. Mercelina and Mr. Brownbill. These 9 parliamentarians want to form a new government. So we want to warn this new governing coalition not to make the same mistake as the former UD-SMCP coalition, who did not respond to our requests for a dialogue to take the more than 13,000 households in St. Martin out of poverty. We appeal to all political parties to engage in a structural dialogue with the anti-poverty platform before signing any governing accord and/or governing program. This to ensure that they include the eradication of poverty as a priority in their governing accord and governing program. With the decision of the Council of Ministers to dissolve Parliament and to call for new elections on November 25th, we expanded the dialogue request to all expiring political parties to the November elections. We already were approached by politicians of 3 political parties who want to run their individual campaign with some of the 10 points we have included in the Declaration on the Eradication of Poverty. The politicians who approached us were from the People's Progressive Party, the United St. Martin Party, and the St. Martin Development Movement. We applaud these politicians who want to run their campaign asking for votes to put them in Parliament to address the poverty once and for all in Parliament. But we have explained all these individual politicians that they have to get their political party to sign the Declaration on the Eradication of Poverty for the party to commit to address the poverty as a priority. The past has learned us that if a political party does not have this issue in their manifesto, it does not become an issue in their negotiations for a governing accord. And subsequently, it does not become a consideration in the governing program that they negotiate. With the St. Martin Christian Party until now being the only party who signed the Declaration on the Eradication of Poverty, and with them being the underdog in the UD-SMCP coalition, at least a paragraph in their governing program got the heading Eradication of Poverty, and as a promise to determine the poverty line and assess social welfare benefits. We will hand a letter to the newly appointed formateur, MP Silveria Jacobs, today, where we appeal to her not only to address the instructions she got from the governor, but to include also the points we have presented in the Declaration on the Eradication of Poverty.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
The Tallahassee Sister City Partnership. Senior Study Financing Officer Calvin Mardenborough and his colleague Jessica Rogers recently returned from their working visit to Tallahassee, Florida. Mr. Mardenborough has been a constant visitor to Tallahassee since 2001, and he has built a great network of persons of influence in that closely knit community with similar characteristics as St. Martin. These characteristics have proven to be the perfect fit for a sister city agreement that has produced so much positive results through the years. While in Tallahassee, Mardenborough and his colleague Rogers were able to visit Florida A&M University, Tallahassee Community College, Florida State University, and the Lively Technical College. These discussions were held with these institutions. Topics discussed included new programs being offered, admissions requirements, our students' performance, and what we can do collectively to ensure that our students continue to make St. Martin proud, as so many have done in the past. All schools had the usual high praises for our study financing recipients. The anniversary event on Wednesday afternoon was well attended and included longtime friends of St. Martin instrumental in setting up the Sister City Agreement and lending their full support throughout the years. Martin Barrow and Rogers also represented the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport at that 20th anniversary of the Twin City Partnership between St. Martin and Tallahassee. They presented a plaque of appreciation from the ministry to Mayor John Daly, who also read a proclamation commemorating the occasion. The study financing representatives also visited Nova Southeastern University in Fort Lauderdale, with whom the ministry has an MOU. Quite recently, the Council of Ministers also approved for my person as Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport to sign an MOU with a branch of Nova Southeastern University located in Puerto Rico. This branch is the College of Computing and Engineering. This means that our students who want to pursue computing and engineering can stay right here in the region and obtain their master's degree in engineering. All in all, Mr. Mardenborough and Ms. Rogers have been able to acquire a lot of information and experience on their trip, which will surely be useful in the coming study financing application period. The Brown Pelican Awards will be coming up shortly. Stay tuned to announcements from the Department of Sports for details that will be coming out shortly. And the St. Martin Day celebrations, also within just a few weeks, the Department of Culture is currently very busy with the plans and preparations for the 60th celebration of St. Martin Day. I encourage all schools, community cultural groups, creative arts persons, every St. Martiner and lover of St. Martin, both on the north and on the south sides, to celebrate with us. There will be many activities planned on the national level, so check the dates and venues and be there with your family and with your friends. And in closing, I wish to extend an early Happy Teachers' Day greeting to all our educators from preschool to tertiary level, both active and retired. Teachers, you are the cornerstone of the country's development. You shape the minds of our young and help them to develop into leaders of tomorrow. Officially, Saturday, October 5th, is the internationally recognized date, but we need not wait until then. By now, all school boards, that is public, subsidized, and private schools, should have received distributed the gift certificate coupons to the staff on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth, and Sport. Parents, students, and past students, show your appreciation for your teachers this week in word or deed or through a gift. They deserve it.
How are you doing this morning? Good. So, Rebecca, thank you for coming. I work as a psychologist at the Mental Health Foundation. I mainly see children and adolescents, but I also see adults. So whenever there's a crowd, that's when you're starting to feel
nervous,
okay,
nauseous.
Okay, it's kind of like your body. We are so used to taking care of our body. If we have a little ache in our foot, we know to rest it. We know, okay, I might have walked too much, so I need to rest. Now, of course, that can be just an ache in my foot, but I can also break my leg. Now, for breaking my leg, I would have to go to the doctor. So that kind of goes the same for mental health illnesses. So you can come in for something little as, I'm really stressed out lately. What would you need? A little bit of rest. But someone can also come in with way more difficulties. We're not here to judge right or wrong, good or bad. Is it helpful for you? Fine. Is it not helpful for you? Okay, then let's see what we can do about it. But not a wrong nor right, absolutely not. It's a magnifying glass without judgment.
Well, there's still a lot of stigma on the island, unfortunately. It's not a topic that people easily talk about, and that's a shame. They're afraid that they get judged, and there is still quite a bit of judgment. I mean, often we hear, yeah, don't go to that crazy house. Once you go in, you never go back. And it's just not true, you know. We treat a lot of patients here, and a lot of them, we get back on their feet.
Our goal at the Mental Health Foundation is for us to help you improve your life, for you to live a better, happier, and fuller life.
The registry can also say this person has never made a will, because for each declaration of inheritance, the notary has to review if a will is made or if a will has not been made. If a will is made, then the notary will ask the notary that keeps that will, please give me a true copy. And then the notary will review what the testator or testatrix wishes were. It's good to make clear for yourself what you want. Because when this will is read, you are not there anymore. Explain what you want. That's why talking about making a will, we rather do it with the person herself or himself. When you sign a will at a notary, for example, I don't let the couples do it together. The other one has to stay outside. So tomorrow nobody can say this will is signed because the wife was there and she pushed him to sign. You are alone there with me. Is this what you want? And if you say, that is not what I'm hearing, is this what you want? You have to say the word yes. And then you sign it. I'm not free to tell the other spouse that's outside, she signed it. It's up to you to tell what the contents is, or if a will has been signed. In the last will, you can stipulate, for example, that everything, anything that you leave behind will not fall in any community of goods in which, for example, the beneficiaries, it may be your niece, it may be your child, it may be your sister, it may be anyone, fall in any community of goods. You can stipulate that. You can also stipulate whatever I have given during my life as a gift remains a gift. Because if the surviving spouse that did not inherit nothing and has to be kept in a good standard wants to have something back and it has been given to you, she has the right. But if you as a testator say you don't have to give it back and what is given is the gift, remains a gift. You can also say, I have worked hard for this house. When I will make a will, this house, I want to bequeath it, I want to give it to this niece. But I don't want this niece has this boy she's married to. After she dies, I don't want him to be part of it. Then I want that it goes to another nephew. You can do that in a will. So things always remain in the family. What you can also do in a will, if you have minors and you are a couple, already to regulate who will take care of the children. Then you see how difficult it is to appoint someone as a guardian. Will she be put as a guardian? Yes or no? You will review. Who do you want to appoint as a guardian of your child? As if you are the perfect parent. But it's good to think about it. Because if none of you, father and mother, are not there, then you will get a fight. The family of the father wants to, the mother, and then you get the judge involved. You can wish, you can put that in your wish, you can put that in your will already. You can also say, you know, this person is good to be with a child as a guardian, take care of them, but administration of the estate, no. This person is not good in being an administrator. I want to appoint someone else as an administrator for what my children will get out of my estate. So you can appoint an administrator for your estate that your child will inherit. If both of you die, father and mother.